y'all, we're the Young Gold Couple. My name is Elanda.
Hey, I'm Brian.
And we're here today to talk about the Pusha T Drake beef. Now, Pusha T released his album yesterday called Daytona. And on that album is a song called Infrared that he's dissing Drake on. Now, to be honest with you, I really don't know where this beef began and why they're beefing. So could you enlighten me on that? Well, what's going on?
Well, I mean, he didn't just diss Drake. He dissed, Cash Money, Young Money, Lil Wayne and Baby to be exact. But Pusha T's had this thing running now for quite some time. Since, I guess, 2012 is where I say the origin really is. That's when he released Exodus 23 and 1. Actually, believe it or not, if you look the verse up in the Bible, it's about thou shalt not bear false witness or false report.
No.
So, I don't know. I guess it was kind of like prophecy, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it foreshadowed Wayne and Baby falling out. Mm-hmm. So it came before that, where he basically was talking about the structure of Cash Money and how Drake couldn't really be getting as much money as he said he was getting then, because he was signed to Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne was signed to Baby, and Baby was signed to a record or distribution company. So there was like this hierarchy of bosses that Drake worked for. So Pusha T just kind of exposed that part of it in Exodus 23:1. And lo and behold, a few years passed, then you have Lil Wayne basically coming out and confirming everything that Pusha T was saying, because Wayne was saying Baby owed him money that he wasn't getting. So if Baby owed Wayne money that he wasn't getting, how much really could Drake be holding sway? Is he, kind of going around Wayne and getting his money? I don't understand how any of it works.
Yeah.
But fast forward to today, and you got Infrared released by Pusha T on Daytona, and you have the Duppy Freestyle, which was the reply from Drake.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now, in comparing the two songs, if you pull up the lyrics for me. So, I mean, to me, not knowing what the beef is really about, and you're explaining it, and now I understand, I think Infrared went so hard that, I mean, it's some of the lines in that song, you like, whoa, and it's like it make you do that face, you know what I'm saying? And on the other hand, Duppy to me was like the music was softer, and to me he kind of like went a little bit soft on the comeback for me. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it was, to me, it was kind of in Drake's style. So what Pusha did was what he normally does. His delivery is grimy. It's kind of greasy when he releases. And the flip side of that is how Drake delivers. So I don't think he did himself any favors over the beat. The beat was so melodic that, it kind of relaxed you. And the flow was relaxed. But maybe that's kind of what he was trying to say, was like he wasn't really making a hard effort to go back. But I think it was kind of like saying two different things, because he's saying he wasn't that worried about it, but in less than 24 hours you released your response. So that means as soon as it dropped, or I was thinking yesterday, like for Drake to come back as fast as he came back, he had to have some insight into what they were planning. So the minute it came, he was ready. But I guess you could look at it two ways, because if you go back, when Pusha T first released his original diss toward Drake, the one that everybody knew, it wasn't just subliminals, even though he didn't say his name, everybody knew that was directed at Drake. And that was Exodus 23:1. So when he released that was 2012. Here you are 6 years later, and now this is a different Drake. That Drake didn't want no smoke. As the kids say, he didn't want no smoke. But today he's jumping in, and I don't know if he's prepared or if he knows how long Pusha has waited, for him to come out. So I guess that's, Memorial Day weekend, and we heading into the summer, and it's a great time for beef. So I mean, we can look forward to what the exchange is going to be. I mean, basically, if you're a Drake fan, I don't think Pusha T's diss on Infrared is going to change your mind. You're still going to be a Drake fan. If you didn't like Drake and you hear the Duppy freestyle, it's not really going to make you a Drake fan. If you're a fan of beef, you probably happy right now.
Yeah, I think round 1 goes to Pusha T to me. I think round 1, I don't know if it's going to be a round 2 or 3. I don't know if if Pusha T going to come back, and respond to Duppy. But if he do, I'm almost sure that it's going to be even harder than the first one. So y'all stay tuned for it. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know if you haven't listened to Daytona yet, listen to it. It's a good album. I mean, it got Kanye all over it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how y'all feel about Kanye right now. It got Kanye all over it. And actually, he said they went to, where did they go? He said he went off to Utah at first to some kind of retreat to do this album. And then they went somewhere else. I can't remember where it was. But they went, they went hard on this album. And he said that, Kanye was in his zone on this. So, Kanye is a good artist. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you feel about him, he's a good artist. He's just a little, lost right now. But that album is dope. So he put his heart in that. I don't know.
It's crazy that we're right back here. We're just a few weeks removed from the Kanye controversy and his slavery comments. And for me, he's not completely off probation. So I'm trying to make this stand where, like, if at the very least, if Kanye is speaking on it, I'm not listening to it. That's just where I'm at. And, everybody's free to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, the difference between the two songs to me is you can tell the production from the production value that Kanye went in on this song. Like, he really spent his time going in on the production value of the song Infrared. There are so many complex things that's going on behind the beat. But the lyrics being what they are, Pusha delivered a lot of classic lines about, how can you right your wrongs if you don't even write your songs? Those kind of things where I think Drake fans have pretty much said, like, that really don't matter to them. It really doesn't matter to them. Yeah. So it's like, what are you asking for in a beef? Like, you have this classic, basically David versus Goliath kind of setup, because the fans wise, they don't really compare. Because Pusha has a loyal following, but they don't compare to the Drake fans. Yeah. So it's almost like I liken it to a company that's too big to fail. Like the Drakes and the Nicki Minaj's of the world, they have kind of proven to us that they're too big to fail. You can hit them with your best diss record, and you'll barely make a scratch because their fans are that loyal. Their fans are that big. They're global artists. So they've really kind of surpassed the point where they have to respond. They don't really, and that's the feel I got from Drake, was like, the audacity of you, to pull this now, like he was contemplating whether he should even respond.
Yeah, but I think at this point in your career, it's all about, these artists, it's all about their pride and their ego. So you can't have a diss track out there and you not respond to it. So I think he felt like he was obligated to do so, because he was like, hey, this guy came at me 2 times now and I hadn't responded, so let me put this out right quick. And to me, I think he could have inserted an R&B singer in his diss track.
It was smooth. It was really smooth.
I mean, it was just like you could put it on when you chilling on the beach, or you just at a party, y'all just vibing out, and you put on Drake diss track. It's just like something he would just put on his regular album. It really wasn't. I was waiting for him to start singing. It's just a Drake song. I mean, that's what he do. But to me, like I said, round 1 goes to Pusha T. I'm waiting for the next one because I know it might be, you know, he probably would, you know, release another song. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what'll happen, but I do believe that round one went to Pusha T.
I don't know. I'll call it a draw just simply because of what you said. Like, basically, it was a Drake song. Drake had some hard lines in there where he talked about how old Pusha T is and how he's not as far along as he should be in his rap career, which is a classic approach for Drake. You know, he always comes about, you know, talking about age. And I guess that makes me a little sensitive because of my age. But anyway, anyway, we ain't gonna talk about that. But
yeah, we're not gonna talk
also with Drake's take on this song or the lyrics from this song, where he was talking about some things that, and that's the thing I think I found most interesting is his approach to Kanye West. What he said about basically you should check with the dude you run with, like, because I've done so many things for him that I never thought he would need help with. So, I mean, I'm paraphrasing the lyrics, but basically he's talking about he had to help Kanye with creative things, creative ideas, some of his flow even, I don't know. And he talks about, you know, again, Quentin Miller being the ghostwriter, which is, you know, mainly what Pusha T was getting on him about is, you know, everything about you, you know, like he's saying, you know, it was written, but like Nas, it was written like Nas, but the lines were Quentin, or you know, something to that effect, where he's basically saying, yeah, you wrote it, you wrote the hooks, the lyrics belong to Quentin Miller. So, I mean, Drake is saying, hey, basically he helped Quentin Miller out. Like Quentin Miller was working at Kroger doing double time when he came along to help him, which I don't know if that speaks well of you or bad. Like Drake wears it like a badge, like it's something he's proud of. But if you are of the golden age and you go back to where we go back to in hip hop, then you know, like, that's a no-no. Like having somebody write for you is an absolute no-no. But that's a different time. We're in a new time now, and it doesn't seem like people are as worried about if you wrote your lyrics or not. So you be the judge. I say it's a draw. She says Pusha won. I'm a Pusha fan. I wouldn't call myself a Drake fan necessarily. I like a certain type of Drake. I don't like Hotline Bling Drake. I like Tuscan Leather Drake.
I don't know what they call Drake fans, but they gonna come for.
I'm just saying, like, I like him in a certain style. I would say that about Andre 3000. I like him in a certain style. I don't like the Love Below Andre. That wasn't my guy. I like, you know, Aquemini Andre. That's my guy. So I like Tuscan Leather Drake. I don't really like Hotline Bling Drake. If you can understand what I'm saying. But you make the determination. Listen for yourself. Like I said, it's a way for us to jumpstart the summer. I'm sure there'll be more to come from this, and we hope to be the ones to give you the insight, you know, through the video, through YouTube, and, you know, continue to watch and subscribe and listen to us.
Yeah, and I have a question for you. Where do you rate this beef? Okay, so we're going to compare it to the Meek Mill and Drake. We're going to compare it to the Tupac and Biggie. We're going to compare it to the Jay-Z and Nas. Like, where would you rate this Pusha T Drake beef? Because to me, it's not that high. It's really like right there in the middle. Because a couple of summers ago, or a couple of years ago, you know, Drake was in a beef with Meek Mill. And he won hands down. I mean, everybody was saying that Drake killed it. But where do you rate it? Please comment down below. And also, like my husband said, please subscribe to these videos. We're going to do more. We're going to get better. We're going to put out more content for you to watch. So if you like us, please subscribe. And even if you don't, just hit the button. And also hit the bell so you can get notified when we, you know, upload more videos. And right now, we're going to sign out, and unless you got something else you want to add to this.
Hey, shout out Free Therapy Show.
Free Therapy Show, okay.
So, podcast I have with my homeboy Paul. And we're going to try to get the link into this video. But if you are sports and current events and, you know, all those type of things, we talk basketball, boxing, MMA, all that stuff. check out the podcast in the link below.
All right, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.